Hi guys, so I'm back again, and this is actually my second time recording this video. The first one wasn't quite, the audio wasn't as good as I would like it to be, so I'm going to record it again. And basically, I just kind of wanted to do something different today. I didn't want to be on camera, but I did have something I wanted to share in the video, so I'm going to do a different sip this time. And I want to talk about manifestation and the shadow side of manifestation that we don't quite hear a lot about, or the more fairy tale esque thought of manifestation is at the forefront of most understandings of how manifestation works. And what drove me to want to talk about this is because I feel like that we're at a very spiritually sensitive time right now, and I feel like it's really easy at this point in time to use the power of intention and positive thinking and thoughts and actions to manifest the kind of life we want to have. And I feel like that some people can be thrown off right now if they are manifesting in a state of manifesting something, and they've hit some stumbling blocks along the way, and they're bombarded with these things. And I just want to offer a different perspective to kind of help people to keep pushing forward and manifesting what they want for themselves. So basically, for instance, I want to give you an example. There are different things that we can manifest into our life. It could be a new business, it could be better finances, it could be love, health, all kinds of things, right? Bettering a relationship between a loved one, bettering a relationship between our mate, all that kind of stuff. So the bigger the manifestation, the more sacrifice that is necessary to create it. Think of it as, what part of yourself are you willing to give up? And we hear this kind of stuff all the time, and I feel like that people get it, but they don't get it when they don't get it until they're in it. And when they say, what are you willing to sacrifice? You have to sacrifice your old self in order to get what you want. They mean that. Like when they say they, I mean God, or whoever came up with this saying, right? But that's exactly what you'll be doing, and it's a very, very painful process. And people don't get through it. They give up on their hopes and dreams and their manifestations because they can't get through this very tough process of getting rid of the old them to get the new, so that they can be on the vibrational level of what they're trying to manifest. What you're trying to manifest is up here, and you're vibrating at this time beneath what you're trying to manifest. So you have to change your life, change your aura, your vibe, everything about you to align vibrationally with what you desire to have. And that is painful. So painful, in fact, that it can push you to the brink of giving up. It can push, some people are pushed to suicide or feeling suicidal thoughts. Some people are pushed into depression. Some people are, just pushed into living a mediocre life, but not pursuing further than what they currently have, even though they want so much more. And the reason why is because the healing aspect of manifesting is it can be so painful. It's a very beautiful process, but it's so painful to go through. Like at the end of it all, the growth you've attained from this painful process is beautiful, but the journey through the healing and releasing trauma and forgiveness and breaking ancestral patterns, breaking negative habits of how you think of yourself and others, of the world. So many things that may need to be changed within a person on an individual basis, that it can be so overwhelming that people give up. And I feel like that this is the part of manifesting that people don't talk about. This is why people can lose hope with having better, because manifesting requires a lot of work. And for depending on how big of a manifest of a goal or a dream that you want for yourself, you may not be getting very much in return from the universe until far later on in your journey. Like, you may be getting things here, blessings and stuff like that still, but like the blessings of what you truly desire, if it's something, rather big that requires a lot of energy to manifest into fruition, um it can just require, you know of course we know it can require periods of time, but it can also require levels of energy being spent working on yourself. And I'm not just talking about, I'm speaking of working on yourself, not just like going to take a course or, stuff like that, a branding class, or, working out, stuff like that, which also contribute to it. But I'm talking about this stuff that you can't really, sometimes it's so difficult that only God can help heal that. But you have to face it first still and work through it, understand it, see where it stems from, and gather the willpower to do that in the midst of not getting many rewards along the way. And this is something I still don't quite understand, but have you ever noticed that when you're working really hard towards something, it may seem like, and it could be a very long time before you accomplish it. Maybe some of you haven't even accomplished it yet, whatever that thing is, and you don't feel like you're getting very much of a reward along the process. Like, you can recall blessings and miracles along the way, but when it comes to this specific thing that you're trying to get how you want it to be in your life, you probably haven't really made a whole lot of headway. Or maybe I'll take that back. You've made a whole lot of headway. Some of it is probably not seen because it hasn't come into fruition. Like, the actions behind it haven't come into fruition yet. But like, you may feel like you're not getting rewarded for your hard work, and it makes you feel like giving up because you're just wondering, why is it taking so long? And I've sacrificed, I've been wronged, put out so much positive energy into the universe. People have taken advantage of me. I'm owed justice. I'm owed my manifestation for what I've worked for. And you can get a little frustrated. You can feel demotivated during this process, wondering how long it's going to take, and is it even worth all the pain you're going through? You've gone through. You're going through. Is it worth it? Yes, it's your dream, but the journey can be so hard to get there. We tend to think that only negative things are hard, and that's not the case. We tend to think that if it's hard, then it must not be for us. And that definitely applies to a lot of situations. But when it comes to growth and healing and releasing trauma to be able to move forward in life so that you can manifest the kind of life you want, those are a lot of negative emotions and pain, and it's hard, but it's so necessary, because if not, you just stay stagnant. And whether you choose to or not, if you try to remain stagnant in life because you're afraid of this process, which I'm gonna be honest and say it's a painful process, that I feel like you're gonna just make yourself more miserable, because your true self and your true purpose is not to be stagnant or to be mediocre. And not only that, the universe won't allow you to be stagnant or mediocre. However many tower moments it has to create in order for you to learn your lesson and push forward so you can be better is what is going to occur. You're just pretty much prolonging the inevitable and making the process so much more painful for yourself. But I want to give this kind of perspective because, again, once you've broken through and you've healed yourself, manifesting will become so much more easier, because there are no blocks now, because you have healed. and you are putting out those positive vibes. You're not allowing limiting beliefs, negative self beliefs, poverty mindset, the negative mindsets we have around relationships, money, all these types of things to affect our ability to create for ourselves like you are in the beginning. So it becomes easier. But the process to really truly manifesting those big things, like when you hear people say that they've manifested, abundance and wealth, or they've healed themselves from diseases that the doctors can't explain by just believing and changing their lifestyle and all these types of things. Or, they've met their soulmate, because some people say that, but they don't even know what they're talking about. But, like, and you can see it. These people, they've gone through a lot of inner healing to be able to manifest these big things into their lives with ease, because it becomes easier the more you heal, think positive, look at life with optimism, look at the world as a fair place for you. Someone I follow actually says this. She said, look at the, or something similar to this, which is like, you should look at the world as a good place. Because if you look at it as a negative place, then what essentially are you trying to? You're trying to bring in, your manifestations, or live in existence in a negative world. Well, how do you expect anything positive to happen to you if you're living in a negative world? So, I definitely agree, but I'm kind of just rambling. But I really just feel compelled to speak about this because I feel like, because of us all being in the house a lot more this year, that we have had a lot of time to self-reflect on a lot of things that we may have not had a chance to, because we've been so busy working or just being distracted with things. We've been forced to slow down, and we have this time to really reflect inward. And I've seen so many people who I've never seen them speak spiritually. And when I say spiritual, I'm not meaning in a religious text. I'm speaking spiritual based. These people speaking so profound and spiritual, and it's like it came out of nowhere just in the last few months. And I'm like, we're definitely going through a mass awakening, and it's good to see. It's really good to see more people becoming spiritually awakened, waking up, becoming enlightened, truthfully, especially people of color. But I feel compelled to speak about this and give you all, a different side of the coin when it came to the thoughts of manifesting. And it's not to scare you, but it's just to be honest with you, so that at least if you know ahead of time what's happening, that it's probably not going to be rainbows while you're manifesting your dream life. It's going to be a lot of struggle for quite some time, until you've learned the lessons you need and did the growth and soul evolution you needed, so that you can move forward, and you're a vibrational match for your dream life. It's to motivate you, to forewarn you, so that you can prepare yourself for that, and to also tell you in these times, it's good to give yourself a lot of rest as much as you can. Eat healthy and exercise, of course, to help give your body some strength and balance. Try to think positive thoughts even when nothing seems to be going right. Find something to be happy about. And I know, like, sometimes looking at what you're grateful for can make you happy. And that definitely helps too. But sometimes you get in such a deep space that even that's not enough. And that's when you have to find whatever it is that's positive in your life that brings you some sort of happiness. Find that, whatever it may be. And hold on to that and ask for, relief from the pain you may be feeling, the negative emotions you may be feeling during that process of purging and changing and evolving and transforming, to be ready for your manifested life. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this subject matter. And thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and bye bye.